Hey guys, Joe here, Back to the Word, and this is the September 2025 Back to the Word Book Briefing episode where I walk through some recent books that were on my reading list, either reading or just finished, some recent arrivals from publishers, as well as some upcoming releases in the Christian book world that I personally am excited about. As always, major sections are time-stamped, so if you want to hop ahead to the section that most interests you, go ahead and do so. I've also put helpful links in the description, so different book products as well as videos I'll mention throughout. I'll try to link them in the description. If you have questions about books or ideas for future videos, leave those in the comments. I'll try to reply. And I've also linked to a playlist of other book briefing episodes I've done, like this one, in the description of this video as well. So first up, my reading list. I want to highlight one book that I'm about halfway through right now, as well as one that I recently finished and just put a review up on my channel for. And so I want to highlight those for you guys in this segment. So first up, I want to highlight this book right here, the latest release from James M. Hamilton Jr., Dr. Hamilton. In the beginning was the Word, finding meaning in the literary structure of the Gospel of John. I've been waiting well over a year for this work, published by Baker Books in July of 2025. It's just over 224 pages. So just a little bit of clarity here. Dr. Hamilton's one of my favorite theologians, teaches biblical theology at the Southern Baptist Theological Seminary, is also the main pastor or preaching pastor at Kenwood Baptist Church in Louisville. Has been working on the Gospel of John for most of his career. His PhD project was in the Gospel of John. He talked on a podcast when this work came out about how he spent time in memorizing, even going over the Greek and going over the Gospel of John every single day during his doctoral program. So 2003 or so, finished his PhD doctoral work on a topic concerning the Gospel of John. About 11 years later, he wrote the commentary entry in the ESV Expository Commentary series. So you see him behind me on the shelf for the Gospel of John. So that's 2011 or something like that. And then he is coming back to the Gospel of John, has been spending time looking at the literary structure. This does not change the meaning of John's Gospel, but how John's Gospel is organized, highlighting different things, different themes, different points of theology from John's Gospel for us with this book. The reason I'm only halfway through, as I've really been enjoying it, is it's something you need to read with the Gospel of John open. So you see the parallels, you see the different things he's talking about. His argument here is obviously pretty obvious from the cover, is he's arguing that John's Gospel is set up like a chiasm with many different mini chiasms within it. So sometimes showing the relationship between a first truth and then the resolution. Sometimes the most important truth, meaning highlighting, is at that point. Sometimes it's at the end and the beginning as themes develop. And he's walking through the Gospel of John, talking about themes of temple, about Jesus as the door, the way, the resurrection, the life. Really enjoying this read. Would recommend it to those who love biblical theology, to those who are preaching through the Gospel of John, teaching through the Gospel of John. I'll do a full review of this once I finish this latest work from Dr. Hamilton. The second one is one that I just finished. It's a devotional resource. I actually just did a review video and put it up on my channel. So if you want to check out that video for my longer thoughts, but this one I just finished and want to recommend to you guys is Glorifying and Enjoying God, 52 Devotions Through the Westminster Shorter Catechism, published by Reformation Heritage Books. So you have 52 readings here, about 4 to 5 pages, as these three authors unpack different facets, different meditations on scriptural themes of the Westminster Shorter Catechism, all 107 questions, broken down into 52 kind of devotionals. So you can do this with your family, one per week. You can do this with your church, a Sunday school class once a week, or you can read through it on your own. Excellent resource from RHB. This is the hardcover. They also have a True Tone cover, gift edition, that's really nice. As I'm filming this video, I checked. I think this is out of stock on their website, but I'm sure it'll go back up, or you can get that other True Tone version. Excellent. It also has a ribbon marker so you can hold your place. All right, moving on to recent arrivals. What has arrived to my library from publishers recently? First up, staying with RHB, Reformation Heritage Books released the next volume in Patrick Van Maastricht's Theoretical Practical Theology. This is volume 5, The Application of Redemption and the Church. I'll link in the description of this video to the other videos I've done on my channel about Van Maastricht's full work of theoretical practical theology. I've done a blog post as well on the organization of this. You can find all of that, all those videos in the playlist I'll link in the description. This one specifically is really exciting. So it's volume 5. They've promised to release them in 7. So we're waiting on the final 2. You see the other 4 back there on the shelf behind me. This is one of the best volumes yet because it's on the application of redemption. So what Christ has done for us, salvation applied, and the church or ecclesiology. So right here, a reformed kind of scholastic, because he's using a similar method to that, although he would have rejected that term. Very similar from, a Dutch Reformed theologian right here. Super excited to use and read this volume. 600 and some pages right here. I have the stats. 697 pages, and it was published in September of 2025. It's translated by Todd M. Rester, and so I know from a podcast he did with Kevin DeYoung, his translation work is already done, so we're really just waiting on Joel Beeke and the Dutch Reformed Translation Society and RHB to go through all the editing and publishing process for the final 2 volumes. Really excited to get this work. Check out the unboxing video I did of this work on my channel, and why pastors should read Van Maastricht and some other things. My unboxing of the original 4 volumes in the playlist I'll link in the description of this video. Moving into this one, I mentioned this previously for you guys in a previous book briefing. I wasn't sure I was going to get it, but yes, I did. 3 volumes of Francis Turretin's Eclectic Theology, or Institutes of Eclectic Theology. These were published originally by P&R, so Presbyterian and Reformed Publishing, from 1992 to 1997. For all 3 volumes, they've been in hardback ever since with kind of green dust covers. They've put these cloth overboard new editions out with blue ribbon markers. I don't know if you can see it there. Beautiful edition. I got an unboxing video up on my channel. Some other videos planned around this content. Turretin is amazing Reformed scholastic, living about 100 or so years after Calvin, teaching at Geneva. Excellent set here. If I already had it, I wouldn't have upgraded to these, but I didn't have the old versions. I've been looking at the digital versions, and with the release pricing that some people had, and I had a discount code from RHB, I was able to get these cheaper than most of the digital versions out there. They are excellent volumes. Go check out my unboxing video and other content. I'll link in the description of this video for more on these. Just such excellent volumes as he covers 20 topics of theology in a question and answer format, and really defending the faith and Reformed theology right here from P&R Publishing and Francis Turretin. The last one just got to my office the other day right here. John Calvin Daily Readings, edited by Scott McTish by Christian Focus Publications, and this one put out by their imprint Christian Heritage. So ribbon marker right here. This is part of the newest entry in their daily reading series, and I wanted to get this, share it with you guys. This is a year's worth of readings from John Calvin. Maybe you've struggled to read John Calvin, to get into his institutes, his commentaries. You just haven't found the time. This is an excellent way to do so. So they open at the very beginning, kind of introduction about a little bit about who John Calvin was, why he's important. They get into some of his morning prayer, evening prayer stuff, his piety, and then they get into these sections, these short little sections for every single day of the year, where you have a verse or some type of quote. And then you have a section from one of his commentaries, his sermons, his prayers, his institutes. And the best part about it is they footnoted them very well at the bottom of each devotional. So if you're like me and you liked what you read for the daily devotional, you could actually go find it in the institutes, in his commentaries, and read more. I think that's excellent. Little ribbon marker there. I'm excited to use this and share more about it with you guys in the future. The last segment, upcoming releases that I'm excited about in the book publishing world in the near future. First up, I'll put up a photo, is a commentary on the Baptist Catechism. I have had mine pre-ordered for a few months now. As I'm filming this right now in the beginning of September, I could get an email notification any moment saying this thing has shipped. I believe it's in stock on their website. I'm just waiting on that shipping notification. But this has been written by Jim Scott Orrick. It's being published by Founders Press in September of 2025, and it's supposed to be just about 512 pages. So why the Baptist Catechism? Yes, I'm Baptist. I'm a staff member at a Southern Baptist church. This interested me, but what is it? So this work is described as an insightful work by Jim Scott Orrick as he unpacks the Baptist Catechism, shedding light on the foundational truths of the Christian faith. Rooted in the historic Westminster Shorter Catechism and first published in the late 1600s, the Baptist Catechism offers a clear and concise summary of core Baptist doctrine. That's why I'm really excited to get it. I have the Illustrated Baptist Catechism behind me. I have a short version right here that I've gotten and used with scripture proofs, but I'm excited to get this commentary on the Baptist Catechism. While there may have been many commentaries on the Westminster Confession, this work is one of very few that actually unpacks the meaning of the Baptist Catechism that is coming out. Drawing on years of experience teaching in catechism, Orrick brings the catechism to life with vivid illustrations and a warm, accessible writing style. His approach is designed to inform and illuminate, helping modern readers grasp timeless truths with clarity and conviction. This looks like a beautiful edition based on the photo as I've seen. I'm excited to get this from Founders Press in my library, and will feature it in some way, shape, or form in future video content to come out from me as well. Moving on to the last book, I want to highlight upcoming release that I'm very excited about. I have also pre-ordered this thing. I am ready for it to arrive, is Meet the Puritans, going back to Reformation Heritage Books, A Guide to Their Lives and Books. This is the second edition, revised and expanded edition. So it's being done by Joel Beakey, Randall Pedersen, and Fraser Jones. And it's Reformation Heritage Books is supposed to publish and ship this thing late October of 2025. And it's going to be 1,254 pages according to the website. So I first heard about this updated edition of Meet the Puritans during the Puritan Conference that was hosted at Grace Community Church in California in October of 2022. I remember Joel Beakey talking about that he and some others were going back, updating one of their most well-selling publications of books by RHB, updating Meet the Puritans with new content. And so the older edition was published in 2007 at 896 pages, and we are waiting on this second edition, this update, to come out October of 2025 with a promised 1,254 pages. I saw a graphic when preparing for this video. They have added over 150,000 more words, so it's getting wider, taller, and thicker as a resource. Showed you some photos there. I am so excited for this book to arrive. A little bit about the description of this resource. It's a definitive reference for engaging the Puritan tradition and the Puritans. This resource, the old edition, and I'm sure the new one, is going to be praised by pastors, scholars, and serious readers alike. It's substantial enough for study, accessible enough for devotional use. Meet the Puritans is the rare kind of reference book that invites you to actually read it. Whether you're meeting them for the first time or returning with questions, this is the indispensable guide to the lives and works of the Puritans. So in this new edition, it's going to contain 45 new biographies for a total of 190 biographies of English and American Puritans, 17th century Scottish Presbyterians, and Dutch further Reformation divines. It's also going to contain 278 new summaries of Puritan works with annotated bibliographies of modern reprints of those works. And it's going to have a comprehensive revision of the entire previous edition's content, 200 new titles added to the select bibliography of secondary sources, and it's going to have a new expanded glossary plus an updated expanded list of Puritan publishers. So I'm guessing those are people publishing Puritan works today for readers to buy, own, and read. So super excited for this resource. I'll throw a bonus one in here since we're talking about RHB, as my buzzers are going off that we should be getting an announcement in the next few months about their next wave of Spurgeon sermon volumes as well. So I'm excited for Meet the Puritans to show up. I also love what they're doing with Spurgeon sermons, and so I'm hoping sometimes this fall we're going to get that next wave of Spurgeon sermons. But go check out Meet the Puritans. They're doing a pre-order kind of discount right now on their website for this work. I can't wait for mine to arrive. I don't know specifically. I've done a little research online. I want to know if they're actually going to update the companion to this. Let me pull it up here real quick on my computer. So kind of the companion that's always sold with this is a Puritan Theology Doctrine for Life, where Joel Beakey and Mark Jones went through many Puritan works and kind of pulled out what they have said about different systematic theology types of topics. And so it would be really interesting to kind of see if they do an update to that as well in a similar format to what they're doing with Meet the Puritans. But right now, I only know that we're getting Meet the Puritans. It was promised in 2022. Finally here, 2025. Check out the pre-order discount. The moment that thing gets to my library, I know I'm going to be doing a resource preview video, flipping that through with you guys, kind of unboxing it, showing you what's between the covers, what was formatted, what was updated, and I'm excited to do that video for you guys. So with that, that's my book briefing content. I have prepared other book briefings like this episode are linked in the playlist in the description of this video. I'll also put the card right there if you want to go to that playlist. If you have questions about the books I mentioned or some other topics or ideas for videos, leave those in the comments. Always excited to learn, answer the questions that I have answers to, or try to just learn together in this online community on YouTube. My channel exists to equip and encourage you to read the Bible, good books like the ones I just talked about, and have conversations that truly matter. If you want to support me in that endeavor, please subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so you hear about videos like the ones I've just been promising and talked about and have put out in the last few months. And then if you want more people to see this video, please like this video. It really does help with the algorithm. So with that, until next time, continue to read, treasure, follow the word. God bless, and I'll see you guys soon.